Looked like a Thanksgiving food hangover. Uh, Golden State's obviously, a premier team in this league, and I didn't even think they were great tonight. They were good. They were better than us. I thought our guys played hard. Uh, we just didn't play. We didn't play hard and smart tonight. And obviously having three starters out, having to play guys out of position and big minutes. I think you know made the challenge more difficult, but we didn't play well enough to really make it a game at any time in the second half.
Do you think that sloppiness came from the fact that you had two master units and you guys were playing with guys you're not comfortable with?
Well, I think it's part of that. I think it's part that Golden State is really good, and they have versatile lineups. They switch everything. I mean, Draymond's picking up Brandon Ingram 90 feet from the basket and forcing turnovers, and Kevin Durant's switching out on stuff. So it takes you out of your offense, and there's ways to take advantage of that, but you have to be you have to be well versed in what you're doing, and we're still in the early stages of what we're doing. And they did a good job of taking us out of our rhythm that we like to play in. And I think that with the fact that we're missing, three starters too. I mean, Nick and Julius bring probably more energy to the team than anyone else that we have, just by the way they play, and obviously D'Angelo having the season that he is. It's just too tough for us tonight.
You miss the Warriors? You guys
No, not at all. Not at all. I have their phone numbers. We can talk. I'm very, very thankful in the spirit of Thanksgiving that we do not see them for a long, long time. That was funny. I honestly, until I looked at the stat sheet closer at halftime, I thought Brandon played a really solid first half. I mean, he was 1 for 10, but just from watching the flow of the game and how he was being aggressive, looking to attack the paint and score, I thought he played well.
When you're a young developing team like you guys are right now, how discouraging, for lack of a better word, for is it to have these games without D'Angelo, without Julius, just to prevent you from continuing building on something?
Well, that part of it's very frustrating. Obviously, missing time with key guys, but you always gotta find the good in everything. And right now, Jose getting to play, Marcelo, even though they're older, they still deserve to be on the court by the way that they approach it, practice every day. It gives other people like Brandon an opportunity to play big minutes against, Kevin Durant. I mean, guy probably idolized him growing up. And that's, so there's always something good you can take from situations. But overall, it's pretty frustrating being in this process and not having some of the young core of what we're doing. Um, I mean, since we've been here, he's I think clearly been better playing coming off the bench, but there's not much of a sample size to really compare the two. And the bench unit has been so good together, that it's I don't think it's fair to really make that judgment off the short time we've been here.
You said the starting lineup obviously going to be lacking energy with those two guys in
I
particular.
didn't say that. Sweet. I didn't say they were obviously going to be lacking energy. I said
Those guys bring
I
energy.
said those guys bring the most energy that we have. I didn't say that meant we should lack energy.
But if those guys are energy players in particular, um, what was the thinking behind going with or not putting Larry into the starting lineup since he is also an energy player?
With Larry, we wanted we wanted to. Larry's so key to the versatility of that second unit that if we would have started him, when I was sitting there mapping out different scenarios, the second unit just didn't feel like it would work when they go, when they have KD and Draymond out there at the 4 and 5, because we feel completely comfortable with Larry and T Black switching and guarding perimeter players. And with the first unit, we felt like we could, use Luol and space the floor a little bit, knowing how much Draymond likes to help all over the court. Luol being a better three-point shooter, we felt like we might get a couple opportunities for him to knock down some shots. So it just made more sense in the big picture of what we were trying to do, to keep Larry in a facilitating, playmaking role with that second unit. He made some nice defensive plays tonight. I just like how engaged he was tonight. There was about a week that went on a little bit ago where it felt like he was starting to float defensively, and I feel like the last couple games he's been locked in and much more engaged how he was early in the season, which was nice to see. I have no idea. I don't. We talked. He, I don't know. He tells me he's ready to go. But he's 19, and we play. How many games we played? 17 already. That's more than half a college season, and we're a month into our season. So it's always a big adjustment for rookies, especially young ones. But you'd have to ask him. I don't even know if he knows. It's just what it looked like from the coach's standpoint watching film.
He's such a quiet guy. Are you able to read him any better than earlier?
It's still obviously a work in progress getting to read all the players. But he, with him at least, it's obvious when he's really engaged or not. And I felt like the last 2 games, even though he struggled shooting the ball, that he was very engaged in what we were doing.